Hello everyone. Today I will solve the question online stock span. The question number is 901 and the question statement is design an algorithm that collects daily price quotes for some stock and returns the span of that stock's price for the current day. So basically you must be wondering what is the span, right? So the definition of this span is given here. The span of the stock's price today is defined as the maximum number of consecutive days starting from today and going backwards, for which the stock price was less than or equal to today's price, right? The question statement is a little bit confusing, so I will explain you with an example with a diagram. Okay, so I'm making a graph for this stock, right? So it is 50 and this one is 100 and given value this one given value is 100, 80, 60, 70, 60, 75 and 85, right? 75 and 85. So first one is 100, right? This one. Second one is 80. Third one is 60. This one. Fourth one is 70. Middle of 60 and 80. Again 60. Now 75. Middle of 70 and 80. This place. Now 85. More than this one, right? So now we need to find span for a day. So what we will do, for 100 we need to find the maximum number of consecutive days for which the stock price was less than or equal to today's price. Okay, so what we will do, for 100 we will check the previous days in which the stock price was less than or equal to today's price. There is no data for previous days, so there is a no value, right? So there is only one value, that is that day itself, that is 100. The stock price is 100 is equal to today's price or less than 100 is equal to 100, so we will return the 1 here. It is 1, right? Now for the 80 we will check for the previous day. We have one data, 100, right? But it is not less than or equal to today's price, it is greater than today's price, so we will return again 1 because that day is only that value. Now again we will check for 60. Is the previous data is less than or equal to this 60? No, we do not have that data, so we will return 1. Now for 70 we will check for the previous days. It is 70, right? This one is 70. Previous day is 60. We have one day which is less than or equal to this 70. Again we have greater than this 70, so we have basically 2 days. This days when there is a 60 value and the 70 itself, so we will return 2. Now we'll check for this 60. The previous data is 70, it is greater than 60, right? It is greater than 60, so we will not count this 70, so we'll return 1 again. Now for this 75, 60 is less than 70 is less than 75. 60, this 60 is also less than 65, so this 3 value plus this value, so we have 4 value, we will return 4. For 85, 75 is less than 85, 60 is less than 85, this 60 is less than 75, sorry 85, this 75 is also less than 85, this 70 is also less than 85, this 60 is also less than 85, this 80 is also less than 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 and including this one 6, so we will return 6, right? So we have written 6 here. Okay, this 6. Now we will solve this question. You must be listening the background song, it's a Janvi song. Leave it, I'm in a hostel, so now I will explain you the solution part. In our solution we will doing one thing, we will make a graph, you can say graph, or we will make a stack. We will put values in a stack that will be in decreasing order. Why we are storing it in stack? Because first we need to make an algorithm we will give a day's data and it will show the span, but it is not like we will store in some array or something, because we are doing it for like where it is like a system. It is a so you can say computer system or something like which will return the span. So we will store these values in our stack. It is a stack problem, and we will try to make our data in a decreasing order. So why we are doing it, I will explain you. First, assume this one is our stack, right? We will have a uh, we will have a variable span called span. Its value will be 1. Now we will iterate on each values on each days. Like first it will come 100, right? This 100. Let me erase this one. So first this 100 will come. So when 100 will come, it will be here. It will come directly because it is empty. Now again span will be 1 because it is empty. Whenever stack will be empty, we will return a span that will be empty only. Span 1. Okay. Now again we will check for this 80. So when this 80 will come, we will put it here and we will check. First we will check whether our stack is empty or not. If its stack is empty, we will simply return the span 1. If it is not, we will check for the previous stack whether it is greater than 80 or not. It is greater than 80, right? If it will be less than 80, we will do something. I will explain you what we will do, but here it is greater than 100, so we need to make it in a decreasing order. We won't do anything. We will simply return the span value. Span value will be, we will simply return span value because it is not in a increasing order. Now again we will have 60, so we will put 60 and the previous value is 80 is greater than 60, so no need to do anything. We will return span 1. So again we will have 70, right? Now after when 70 will come, it is not empty and the previous value is less than 60. Now we will put this stack, we will put this stack, we will push this stack in our push this value in our stack, but we need to make it in a decreasing order. So what we can do, we can remove these values, we can pop these values. Like we can pop this 60. We should also write the span of these values here, and this 60 the span was 1. Now we can do one thing, we can pop this 60 and put 70 here, and this span of 70 was 1 and the span of 60 was 1, so it will be not 2. Now we will check with the 80s whether it is greater than or less than. It is less than of 80s, so it is in decreasing order, so we will return this 2. Now we will check for this 60. It is in good form because it is decreasing, so we will return its span. Span will be always 1 in the starting when we day 1, when the data of a particular day come, so it will return 1 again because the previous value is greater than that 60. Now for 75, the previous value is less than 60, so we'll pop these values and we will add the span of these two values. It will be 2. Now we will check it with this 70. 70 is also less than that 75, so we'll pop this one and we will add this 2, so it will be 4. Now it will be 75, right? So it is in decreasing order. Now again we will check for 85. 85 will check with this 75. It is less than, so it will add these two values and it will pop this value. 85, this will be 5. The span of 85 is 1 in the starting time. Now it will check for this 80. It is again less than, so it will pop this one and it will add these two values, right? Now it is in decreasing order, so it will return 6 here. So this is our answer. So why we are doing this one, because if we will check again with the start, it will take time, but when we are doing it in a decreasing order, we have data of previous, because we have already counted the answer of 70, right? So why do we need to count it again? When there will be a value like 60, and the previous value is 70, right? Like for this 75 we will check for the 75 when we will encounter this 70, right? So we know what we are doing here. We are finding the previous greatest number, right? Previous greatest number. Till that, like how many consecutive days are there which are less than that particular day. If there will be a value which is greater than 75, there is no need to go back, because of go back to that place to find the answer. So we will simply do that. We will add the values of this stack. What was the answer? Because till this place, like till this place 70, the previous price was like previous span was 2. So and these are also in the continuous way, so we can add this two value like 2 to 4. So we are doing like this. So it is a code. It is a pretty simple and pretty understandable code. So nothing serious. It is a second price. We are pushing the values here. This line is pushing the values when the stock is not empty and the second value is less than. We are popping the value and we are adding the span and the span of the current days and the span of the previous days. We are adding and we are pushing the stack value and span, and we are returning the span. It's simple. So we will learn the code. Thank you.